couple minutes early. Score for me. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? My name is Bri. I'm the owner and artist here at Upcycled by Bri, and today I have a little bit of a haul. Just like last week, we've got a little mix of everything. Some stuff I thrifted, but also some personal decor as I continue to de-stash my junk. I've been decorating, I've been pulling out my fall stuff. I have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. That's all there is to it. After 3 years or so of doing this, I've collected way too much. So I have picked out some of my favorite things that I've decorated with, I've staged with, but also things that y'all have commented on over the years, like, oh my gosh, if you ever sell that, I want it. So I picked out some of those things too. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Everything you see in front of me is already listed up on my site, upcycledbybri.com, in the Shop the Haul collection. I've dropped that in the comments. If you need any specific links, let me know. Okay, so let's start off with some copper. I started the copper de-stashing last week, and quite a bit of it has sold down. So I figured I think I added 6 new pieces. I've got a boho beachy vibe bathroom going. And I love brass and I love copper, but the two just aren't great together. So I'm getting rid of some of my copper. This is a Seashell. It's got some amazing patina on it. Hey, Melissa, Jeannie is here, Teresa and Gert. Good morning. $24.95 for the copper Seashell. It is very large. I would say 13 inches, I do believe, on the listing. And it has a hanging hook as well. What caught my eye when I got it originally was that authentic verdigris patina that's on it. That's what we always try to replicate here as makers. So with the Seashell, I also have, and I can't believe I'm getting rid of this, it took me so long to find it, a lobster. Who has watched the Golden Girls? Because they have is like the famous lobster in the boho world. And I promise it's a lobster, it's nothing else. Same deal here, a little hanging hook. He's about 10 inches tall. He's $19.95. So drop me a comment, let me know if you have seen the lobster on the Golden Girls. I do believe it was hanging in the kitchen. Excuse me. Another piece of copper. Oh, these are really cool. So when I thrifted these back in the day, there were 6 of them total. I sold 4 to 2. But these have now been in a box for like a year, and I forgot I even had them, which means it's time to go to somebody who will appreciate them a little bit more. So they are gorgeous, gorgeous etched copper vases or cups, maybe. I would put flowers in them. In fact, I had green pieces in them in my bathroom. But you can tell it was all hand done. Good patina on the inside, a little bit of dust. I'll clean that up for you. But I had never seen anything like that before when I found them, so I had to scoop them all out. The other 4 sold fast when I listed them. And on that note, if y'all see stuff you like, go ahead and grab it, put it in your cart, buy it, because stuff sells out fast. And then if you purchase things within 24 hours, place more than one order, I'll combine your orders and refund, as I remember correctly, back in the day. And then this guy, another beautiful piece of copper. He's a planter. Originally paid $1.99. Looks like. Have it listed at $16.95. And it's got some good patina up around the top of it. Still a little bit of a thrift store sticker. When I keep things for myself, a fun fact, I usually just turn them around. Take it off before I ship it. This would be really good. I think it would make a fun pumpkin. When I was looking at it this morning, I was like, what could I top this with? And do a pumpkin DIY, but I couldn't find anything. So, and that's the reason I keep stuff so long. I'm like, oh, I could do something with this. I could make this into something. And then I just end up hoarding it all. Cool. So, de-stash some more copper. I'm feeling really good about this. I've been holding on to some things for a really long time. Hey Shannon, how are you this morning? All right, another fan favorite, something I've had around since the beginning. In fact, this was on like the 3rd video I ever made when I very first started making my decor boards, and I started with the faux repairs. Teresa just picked up some copper ones. Oh, honey, I thought that you may like some of those. In fact, your other copper stuff is shipping out. As soon as I'm off live, I'm running to the post office. You should have tracking in your email, Teresa. But when I very first started videos, this is one of my first boards, and it was a piece of wood that had broke, and I was like, ugh, well, that sucks. And then I got the genius idea to like fix it. So that's what this one's from. And now I'm getting all sentimental, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't need 500 boards. I have 500 boards. Let me show you the repair on this one a little bit closer. The repair on this were pieces of metal that I ripped off an old barn door. An old, authentic Kansas barn door. And I've never been, they're just like links like this, and it was just really long pieces, and I've never been able to find more metal exactly like that. So it's special, but I can only stage with the same thing so many times. So $34.95, and that very special board could be yours. I know a couple of things have already sold, so I'll show them so you don't get your hopes up too much. These corbels are already gone. I picked this pair up for $5 at the antique mall, and they're actually more like shelf brackets. They've got the holes in them, and I had them up in the entry or the space between my dining room and my kitchen. No, between my dining room and my living room. And they were really, really pretty accent pieces, but I have started to drift more towards like the aviary, farmhouse, like hunter green, olive green, and less like this minty apothecary color, even though I still love it so much. But they're already sold. No turning back now. They went for $44.95 for the set. And I think I painted these, I think they're apothecary. They might be pantry door. There's a little bit of crackle on them. I think it's actually smoke paint. I think it's pantry door. So if you like that color, it's Sweet Pickins Milk Paint and a pantry door. All right, I'm hopping back and forth between comments and my website if you see me messing with stuff over here. Linda said she's loving the gypsy green. Me too, girl. In fact, I didn't like it at first. I didn't think. That's gypsy green. That's more the color I'm decorating with these days. Hey, Shelly. She says she's taking a break from decoupling and having iced tea. Welcome. The Real Housewife, I said Olive is her favorite. Yes, yes. The Real Housewife. I like that name. Okay, I just picked these up from one of my estate sale friends. I have not seen a lot of this marbled enamel. And I know this color reminds me of like water and more like summer, but I realized as I was destashing how beautiful this teal and orange is together. So how fun would these be filled with pumpkins if the teal and orange is your jam? I think I'm gonna go more towards like white and sage and natural woods this year. I know, I've always been like full of color. This year I'm kind of like, let's just tone it back a little. Decoupaging. Shelly, I wondered if that's what you meant. Jeannie says she needs to go order some of that gypsy. Please do. I just stocked all of my DIY paint on my site, so there should be plenty. But I've got the pot and the bowl. I'm selling them separately in case you don't want both. These are really fun to stick on top of pillars and make little riser baskets or put feet on them. With these pots, I like to kind of set them up in the corner, like on a piece of, like on a buffet or whatever, and then I would spill some like orange pumpkins out of them. Just fun. They look good hanging on the wall as well. Oh, and the rust. I was going to show you all the rust inside. So they're not usable, obviously. But who can pass up that patina? Not me. Not me at all. Yep, Shannon asked, Shannon said she liked the gypsy green and that she thought there was an orange as well. And there is, it's Summer Crush. Where is it? I just used it. Oh. I'm like blind from my ring light. Well, where did I put it? I just used it the other day. I don't know. We'll find it here in a little bit. I can't see anything. Oh, it's sitting right next to the gypsy green. I'm a mess. Those two colors together, gorgeous. But also, these two colors together, fun too. Options. The Real Housewife says she wants the big one. I will drop a link for you, darling. Give me just a hot second. Copy. Paste. There you go. There's the link to the big one. Teresa, go buy the green, girl. It's a good one. You can use it for Christmas too. All right, more estate sale stuff here. We have got a real Red Wing stoneware bowl, and this is a little mixing bowl. The tint on it, it's really dark brown, but it's almost got a bit of a red tint when I take the pictures. And I thought this would be perfect with a little Christmas tree in it. Perfect, perfect. They're also really cute. No, that one's just a little big. They're also cute with pumpkins in them. If you can find just the right size. I don't have just the right size. Do y'all get the point? I have so many pumpkins. I have a pumpkin problem. I was unpacking, I was like, where do I even put all these? $22.95 on the stoneware bowl. And then this beauty. Only because I have a set of 3 that I bought from Jamie. I'm selling this one. I went and picked this stuff up across town with the sole purpose of keeping this one. But it's like, I don't need 4. I thought they would stack, and they don't stack. I want to take it down now. Just kidding. Oh. It's up $59.95 on the stoneware bowl, and it is heavy duty. It is stamped on the bottom 191. No major chips or cracks, just a couple of little baby chips around the edge. Isn't it pretty? Shannon said it's gorgeous. I'm like trying to hide it. Like, just kidding. You all don't see this. I paid $10, so I paid up a little bit for it, but like I said, I thought I was going to keep it. If it doesn't sell, I will. How does Aviary compare to Gypsy? Gypsy is a little more, I don't know, warm. Aviary is a little more cool. Here's Gypsy, here's Aviary. Warmer, cooler, I do believe. So they're kind of the same, but once they dry, like, especially once they dry, they don't look the same at all. Because this is wet gypsy green, and now I'm showing you dry aviary, but they're different. Okay. A couple of pumpkins. This one already sold. Marty snatched this one up. Cute little Juke Pumpkin. And I've seen these out and about too this year. This one I thrifted last year for a couple bucks. Sold it at $10.95. But I do love the jute, and I love the natural wood. But I'm going to try to, like I said, I'm kind of drifting away things and really bringing in a lot of real things. And real pumpkins are expensive, but I think I'm going to real pumpkins this year. And a lot of dried floral. And it's adorable as well. $12.95 on this one. It's pretty big and it's sturdy. It goes all the way down through the bottom. It's almost like see-through. I thought it would be fun from the window if you could see all the way through it. Okay. Glass pumpkin. I see these at the thrift store quite often. Last year I had this one in my kitchen and I kept little cutie oranges in it. And that was adorable. But I have too much kitchen clutter. It's just too much. I've got Christmas tree ones like this too that I think I've already sold though. $19.95 on the glass pumpkin jar, and of course it's got the lid. I'll clean it up real well before I ship it. It would look good with candy corn or pine cones or leaves, anything you could fill it with. Really, those are kind of a staple. I see those a lot at the thrift stores, but I know not everybody can find good glass. Lois said all of the natural material pumpkins would look great in a grouping. You were very right, my dear. That was kind of the idea when I put them up, but they're selling individually. And this is, I definitely decorated with all of these. Definitely did. One can only have so many pumpkins. This cloche has already sold. I made this guy on a video a long time ago. It's probably been about a year ago. And it was a like candle cup votive holder I thrifted. I attached, and it had a hole down through it, like probably where the candle cup went up. But I glued on an old rusty green doorknob and cut out a piece of reclaimed wood for the base. The Real Housewife says she loves everything grapevine. Me too, especially wreaths. I had a grapevine wreath problem for a very long time. So this was a really fun upcycle. So those glass sections in the thrift store, keep an eye out. You can find some really good cloche material. I got this one because it was super thick, but that one is sold, I believe, I think Kim bought that last night. How'd I put a hole in the glass? Hey, Marty, good morning. It was already in there, my dear. I believe this was like a candle cup or something, but it already had a hole down in it. So just, you know, when I saw it at the thrift store, it was like bingo, a little light switch went on. And I think originally I was going to put a wood finial there, but that one worked. But I have ordered, and I've got them, I've used them on a couple of little tiny glass jars. Just a drill bit that is made for glass and metal. And it takes, you know, it takes some muscle. You gotta be careful, you're drilling through glass. But I was able to put some drainage holes in the bottom of some glass jars for succulents. So it's possible. I don't know how hard it would be to make one that big though. The ones I make are just like little baby holes. While Marty's here, I will go ahead and show her wire shelf. This is the second wire shelf I've sold in a week. Y'all probably think I'm going crazy. Especially this one. It's already sold. I can't go back now. Marty, I broke it. I can't send it. I'm kidding. The reason I'm selling it is the little dainty details. I love them, but I'm really going for a lot more like a clean line industrial look. You know, I've had things for a few years and it's just time to move on. I'm still justifying all of this to myself. So two little pieces up here came unattached. I did have that in the listing, but I think they can be welded back on. I just don't have a welder, but it's in good shape. Oh, the Real Housewife wants it. I'm sorry, doll, it already sold. If y'all are not following me on Instagram and Facebook, do that as soon as you hop off of here, because I've been putting up new listings like every other day. So I'm selling the good junk right now. Make sure you're following me. I believe I paid $5 or $10 for that shelf originally. It sold at $44.95. This is an old phone box. How far are we in here? 20 minutes. We're good. Okay. This is an old phone box. I bought this at the antique store. I believe I paid $10 or $15 for it, and I was going to do an upcycle on it, and the idea just never, I don't know. It just never came to me. I've sat and sat. I've had it. And I'm like, somebody would want this, but I thought it would make some really cute like bathroom storage. It's got some like, it needs like painted inside, cleaned up a little bit. It's a little icky, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let whoever wants to fix it do that, because maybe they want to leave it alone. But it does have finger joints. If you can see that, it is old. Marty said she had an eye on these corbels since the day I put them up. I told y'all, people have been eyeballing some of this stuff for sure. Bri, letting go of stuff will free up space for new things to fall in love with. Yes, Teresa, you are so right. Like, I've had this stuff for a few years. I love it, but there's so much more junk out there. So much more. $44.95 on this big old Mama Jamma. Drop me a comment. What would you do with this if you're watching the replay too? Because if it doesn't sell, maybe I'll do an upcycle on it. You know, and I was thinking like it could be a fun riser or like a storage box this way too with some feet. You don't even have to hang it because there's not hanging hardware on it. Okay. See, again, I've had it forever and nothing has clicked. I don't know. One of my favorite teapots. It's time to go. This does have a, it did get broken off at one point, the little spout, and glued back on before I ever got it. Just a disclaimer. So it is only $24.95 because of that little crack in it, but it's just a beautiful blue and cream design. You want this too? All right, honey, let me grab you a link. Teapot. It's gorgeous. I'll show the handle closer to, but the handle is what got me originally. And there for a little while, I was decorating with some of these colors, like next to my Crocs. But I just don't do a lot of blue. I do a lot more green. There you go. Oh, no, the box. Okay, I'm sorry, honey. The box, the box, the box, the box. Let me find the box. Vintage fun box. There it is. There you go. Anyways, there is the details on those handles. It's like a wicker handle. Fun metal. And then it's got crazing throughout. I'd say you could still use it, except for the fact that it's been glued there. I wouldn't. You are welcome. All right. Oh, these are fun. So I cleaned these out. They had shoe cream in them. I cleaned them out, oh goodness, probably a year ago, and then just never did anything with them. But the little orange lids reminded me of fall and Halloween, and then there's one with blue. So sticking with our blue and orange theme. The lot of 5 is $10.95. I like the advertising on the lids, but you can also take the lid off and kind of set it to the side and put something in there. I've been like in love with like real succulents in little tiny glass jars, but y'all have so many amazing ideas. I figured you'd think of something cute. All right, 5 of those. I am trapped in here. Sunflower pin cushion. Absolutely adorable on a little squatty mason ball jar. Somebody DIY'd it, a little homemade pin cushion. It had pins on it, but I took them off so you don't poke yourself if you buy it. And I've got 4 pin cushions, and I don't sew, so one had to go. $8.95 or $6.95. Can't remember. $8.95. I know I have some sunflower lovers here. Oh, I forgot a piece of copper. This one hung in my bedroom with a succulent, a faux succulent, like a string of pearls that hung out of it. It's got a little damage here in the back where it has separated. That could be welded, but it doesn't mess up the overall structure, the way it hangs or anything, so I just left it. A little half teapot hangs on the wall. It would be really cute with some wooden spoons in it as well. And it's $14.95 since it's got a little bit of damage. But I've never seen one. I've seen like ceramic half ones before, but never copper. I thought he was fun. And the handle is like slightly more gold. Very cute. Okay, a couple more things, and then we're going to do a little bit of painting. I uploaded 2 pillows. I don't sell a lot of pillows. I don't really wholesale or anything, but I got these last year on markdown at the end of the season, and I didn't use them because it was the end of the season, so they are still new. They're $12.95 each, but again, that orange and teal, it's what I've decorated with before. I'm going to veer away from it a little bit this year, but I do love the color combo. So if you need some inexpensive throw pillows, those are like new condition. I also have a pillow problem. Pillow and a blanket problem. Too much of all of those things. All right, we're going to do a little painting today. Both of these items are listed up on my site. The little mini wheelbarrow and the aluminum pot, both listed to be painted, and then after I paint them, I will put some updated pictures up. I'm going to point this camera down just a little bit. But I was thinking on this wheelbarrow, well, the Real Housewife makes pillows. Do you sew? Or do you do a no-sew pillow? on this wheelbarrow, I was liking the green, right? It actually kind of reminds me of that gypsy green. But I figured we'd paint over the blue and the red. And then I tried to take these pots out. They're glued in there really well. So we're just going to have to paint around them. Paint over them. So let me know, what color do you think I should mix with the gypsy green? I was thinking maybe crinoline. I've been loving crinoline lately. It's kind of an off-white and kind of this creamy color. Unless y'all have something else in mind. You could do prairie gray or weathered wood. I sew and make jewelry and sell on YouTube live sells. Well, honey, I'm going to have to go check out your channel when we are done here. The Real Real Housewife. See, I don't make jewelry either, so that's super cool. I would be really interested to see some of that stuff. All right, let me pay attention for a hot second here while I take off this sticker. Not cut my finger open. What are y'all up to this weekend? Elena has a volleyball sleepover this evening, so she's going to go to that. I'm going to head to the post office and to my booth when I am done on this live today and go get some fall stuff, a few fall things in my booth. I don't know if we'll get to both these projects today. We'll see. This one's going to be slightly detailed. Nobody's saying anything, so I think I'm going to go with crinoline, or I could do weathered wood. I think that would look nice as well. If I've got any. Oh, there's prairie gray too. Hello, Miss Kim. How are you this morning? I just showed a haul. It was a little combination of thrifted and personal items. We're going to do a little bit of painting. All right, what if we do crinoline where the blue is, and we'll go weathered wood on the red. So I use DIY paint. If y'all are new here, I know a lot of y'all have been watching forever, but I use DIY paint. It's a clay-based paint. It is very thick and it's highly pigmented, which means your coverage is amazing. It's all natural and VOC free, made with only 9 ingredients. So if you've got youngsters or elders in your home, you can paint inside without the fear of the fumes, or you can get the kiddos involved without worrying about them getting it on themselves and getting chemicals on them. And same goes for all the top coats. So I fell in love with DIY paint the day I started using it and became a retailer only a few short months after. So all of these paints and products are loaded up on my site, upcycledbybri.com, and they are in the DIY paint collection. Right now I am using crinoline, and it's just that beautiful, beautiful creamy white color. We're going to put it over all of the blue spots. This is pretty primitive. I think the rustic blue and red and green was popular back in the day. I'm just going to go white clear over this whole thing first, cover up some of that red. And then as far as a brush goes today, I've got a Klingon. This is the R12, which stands for round. 12 just is this size. And I love my Klingons. In fact, if Melissa's still on here, she just picked up 3 of them the other day. And I know she's excited to try them out. They're synthetic bristle brush. So it helps to diminish the brush strokes if you're worried about that. I'm not usually. But they're also really, really easy to clean, which is what I am worried about. I spend so much time cleaning brushes anyway. I don't want it to take forever. I've got some tiny little spaces in here, and I'll see if I can get in there without hitting the green. Oh, awesome, Debbie. So the Real Real Housewife, her actual name is Debbie. Let's see if I can remember that. It might take me a couple lives. Says she's been watching forever, but this is her first live. I'm glad you caught me. I said I was going to go back to Friday nights, but last night was kind of crazy, so Saturday morning it was. Let me know, drop a comment. Would you prefer a Friday night live or a Saturday morning live? I know I've got a few friends that go live on Fridays already. There's also been a ton of garage sales going on around here, which is kind of crazy. It seems kind of late in the season, but if they're still open, I might have to hit one. I didn't really do a ton of shopping this week. I went to the thrift store last night. I left with zero things. I don't know. I literally don't know if that has ever happened. I was sad. It was picked over though. It was picked over and there was nothing for me in my price range. Okay, Marty says Saturday mornings. Shannon says Saturday mornings. Okay. I like it. I'm down with that. I can get down with the get down. I'm better in the morning anyway. Y'all know, well, maybe you don't know, but I am a morning person. I wake up around 4 a.m. every day and start my day, and I have more energy in the morning. So by 6 p.m. at night, I'm usually pretty spent. Never ever have I ever thrifted anything? What? That's crazy. Hey, that's all good. Where do you like to shop, Debbie? Where do you get your jewelry and sewing stuff? Kim says Saturday morning too. All right, y'all. Sorry, Teresa. Teresa, maybe me and you will have to do like a fun Instagram live or something on Friday nights. I know you missed your Friday night shopping last night, it sounds like. But it sounds like Saturday morning shopping went fine for you. Reclaiming the Bluegrass says she loves the corbels. Thank you. Those were some of my favorites. They were just plain scrolly wood, but that green paint really that green really took me up a notch. Melissa says she can't wait for the brushes. How are the brush lines with the paint? Okay, so Melissa, DIY paint is thick. And so you're going to be a little more likely to see the brush strokes. It's a really easy paint to create texture with. But if you're worried about that and you'd like to diminish your brush strokes, you can always spray a little bit of water and thin the paint down. You can use a mister bottle, a continual mister bottle, and spray as you go. Or you could even add a touch of water to your DIY paint to thin it down a little bit. But you will notice, I challenge you to try doing a couple strokes with your Klingon, and then try like a cheaper brush and do a couple strokes, and you'll see how much that brush really makes a difference. Oh, it's not Debbie, it's Angie. Goodness gracious. Where'd Debbie come from? Oh, you love you some Debbie Beard. Sorry. Okay. Now I'm really gonna have a hard time remembering it. Not Debbie, it's Angie. Not Debbie, it's Angie. Sorry, doll. And she said she went thrifting and bought absolutely nothing. Not that she's never went thrifting. Okay. I got you all wrong. That makes much more sense. Linda asked what size the brush is. This is an R12, Miss Linda. And it's getting in here pretty good. I've got like a couple of really tiny little spots I had to use a detail brush. Marty, I haven't decided on the new brush line yet. The shipping is just crazy and I didn't have a lot of interest in it. In fact, y'all, you know what? I never got a chance to scold you guys. I guess I shouldn't be scolding you here because it was a Facebook challenge. I put up a giveaway challenge a couple of weeks ago. And the challenge was to take 30 minutes and take yourself on an artist date. And then post a picture. Or just tell me what you did. And it was a chance to win one of those brushes. Guess how many people entered that? 0. You know how many people did the challenges the weeks before? Many. And there was no giveaway. So I asked y'all to take a little time on yourselves and to treat yourselves well. Nobody wanted to do it, but I asked you guys to work and post your projects, and everybody works and posts their projects. So I think I have a group of wonderful women that are lacking a little self-care. I'm only teasing, scolding you. Shannon said she didn't see that. We're friends on Facebook, aren't we, Shannon? Maybe we'll have to try that again. I didn't give the brush away because nobody entered, but it was one of those brushes Marty was talking about. And honestly, I'm scolding you, but I'm slightly teasing because I get it. It is hard as moms and wives and sisters and aunts and business owners and stay-at-home makers and all these different things we do. It's hard to find time for ourselves, but it's so important. So important. Hello, Miss Paula. You are late, but that's okay. You can catch the replay. We're just doing a little painting, a little scolding. Jeannie said she didn't see that either, but she would be so self-conscious. Y'all don't even have to post a picture of yourselves. An artist date is spending 30 minutes, spending an hour doing something that fuels your creativity. There's blue down in here. Fuels your creativity, but it's just time for yourself. Like saying, oh, I went to the grocery store by myself and left all the kids at home. That is not a date. That is not inspiring. That is just called a break from life, a small break from life. So I went downtown into our downtown area and took a million pictures of inspiring textures and colors for inspiration for projects. So it was that simple. Shannon said, was it the night I made the overnight oatmeal? No, that was I think that was a different night. I can't remember, Shannon. I deleted the post off of my Facebook, so you won't be able to find it now. I deleted it because I was irritated. Nobody wants to enter, fine. No, I wasn't irritated. I was just like, I was kind of sad, honestly. Like, oh my goodness, nobody took time for themselves. But like, last week I had 50 pictures of things that y'all worked on. Oof. Paula says, I fuel her creativity. Thank you so much, Paula. Well, you know what? If sitting down and taking time to watch half an hour of YouTube uninterrupted without distractions, if that is your date for the week, then so be it. I will be your date. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to cost any money. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. But I think we all deserve at least 30 minutes a week. Okay, so I'm getting white paint all over these pots. I wanted to take them out. They're not coming out. So we just gonna work around them. It's gonna be fine in the end. I'm gonna have a little of this in my hair too, I think. And then we'll throw a little bit of greenery up in these pots. It was the night I made the oatmeal. Okay, Marty, thank you. So that video is probably still up then, but I took the post down. I'll make a new one. I'll make a new one. We'll give ourselves another chance. It's never too late for self-care. I'll make that post Monday. Get back on the Monday motivation train. And that means I'll have to do another artist date too, which is good for me. I did not do one this week. That whole artist date thing came from a book I did in book club with Miss Dion Woods called The Artist's Way. And it's a really good book. It has a lot of challenges in it. A lot of things that make you push your thoughts in your comfort zone. Oh, Shannon. Shannon said she spent the last 43 days caring for a family after surgery and she hasn't painted once. You deserve it, ma'am. You are an angel. Good, Paula. She said that usually once she's up for the day, she doesn't stop. So sitting down and watching YouTube is a break. That can 100% be your time. I dig it. Oh, and I have, speaking of, if you want to do that tomorrow, Paula, I have an edited video coming up tomorrow evening. It's a good one. So that means I put up 3 videos this week and went live once. Ha! Y'all proud of me? I'm proud of me. And you know what I did? How I made the time? Because I haven't posted 3 edited videos in a week in a long time. Instead of scrolling aimlessly for 30 or 45 minutes in the morning with my coffee, I worked on editing. So instead of reading memes and negative bad news and watching TikTok, I put in the time and it made a big difference. So I was very, 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 very proud of myself. Sometimes we all get stuck in those like not so great habits, right? We just need to check ourselves. Going home today. Oh, I'm so happy, Shannon. So happy. I'm making a mess. It's okay. We might have to go with the green with the gypsy green. Okay. This is not my best work. We're gonna dry this up just a little bit with my heat gun. Paula said she'll relax with a glass of wine while she watches. That sounds heavenly. Although I don't drink wine, and I have not much of a taste for it. To each their own. I would prefer like a good Moscow Mule or Martini. All right, so I'm thinking we'll go green, crinoline. Let's see if I can find leather wood. I need to restock my paint, my personal paint. Ooh, a Bloody Mary, yes. That sounds good. I like a Bloody Mary that's like a whole meal. It's got the pickle and the olives and the beef jerky and a shrimp. We have a place in Kansas City, a couple towns over, that put like a skewer in there, and there's like a mini burger, and there's shrimps, and there's pickles, and what the heck? It's like a feast. I just like the salt. I'm a big coffee drinker too. Alright, this is looking like a hot mess. Let's work on it. Okay, so after one coat, that crinoline covered up pretty well. A couple spots. Just do a little half coat. Ooh. Oh. I haven't painted something this small and detailed in a long time. I noticed that on a lot of my videos here lately, when y'all love the wood videos, so that's what I put out, but I haven't done like a thrift haul, thrift flip edited video for a while. So I'll have one of those coming up soon. I love the wood projects, and y'all love them too, but I do like to paint, do little crafty stuff like this as well. Everybody's kiddo's back in school. Lena went back on Thursday. She's in 5th grade and she loves school, which I believe. And she wanted to ride the bus this year. Like, I've taken her and done a parent drop off and pick up for the last couple of years since I've worked from home. She really wanted to ride the bus. She like begged me last year. I told her no, save it for the kids who needed it. And then, Lisa, how are you, my friend? I just did a first paint. Go. Getting a bad connection. Uh-oh. Try to hop out, hop back in. If that doesn't work, I'll see what I can do. Is it blurry or... Uh-oh, I am also Well, let's give it just a second here and seen or no? Hey, Elena. Elena, can you hop off the internet for a few minutes, baby? I'm almost done, but my video's freezing. Okay, I tried to take my kid off the internet, guys. We'll see if that helps. Hopefully it will. Bad connection. Oh no. I don't know how to fix it. Let's give it just a second, guys. She hopped off. We'll see what happens. If not, then I might just have to end it and put up final pics of this, but I don't want to do that. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. I think Elena moved rooms with her iPad. Oh. I'm looking for weathered wood real quick. If I can't find it, I'll use it instead. Old school. All right, there's no weathered wood over here. That's all right. That's very gray. Hello, Jasmine. Intermittent freezing. I think it's getting better. People are dropping off. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what else to do. I hope it'll fix itself up. Maybe. I don't want to take away my comments. I'll roll with it for a second. Okay, so this is Prairie Gray, and I'm going to go over the red with it. While we're waiting, oh, people are dropping like flies. Yeah, I don't think it's getting any better. It's good on your phone. TV's frozen. Huh, I don't know, man. I'm so sorry, guys. Well, if you're catching the replay or while we're waiting, if I do decide to hop off, I'll put a finished picture of this up in community. But while we wait, drop me a comment. Let me know what colors you're decorating. Last week, I got a few answers, but I've got some new people on. Oh, she said she thought she ruined her F30, but she soaked it in water and the paint fell out. So that's one of the great things about the Kling-Ons, Jeannie, is they're super easy to clean. The DIY paint is water soluble until it's sealed. So if it dries rock hard, a few days and it should be good to go. But also, like if you have an empty can of paint, but some of it dried up in the bottom, if you add water, break it up and then add water to it and let it sit for a few weeks, it will turn back into paint. Connection seems better. Okay. Marty's doing neutral. Yeah, connection looks much better. Okay, I'm glad I didn't bail. I'm sorry about that. It must have just been too much Wi-Fi utilization. Somebody said they're loving the neutral colors. I am too. Okay, good. Good. Connection looks better. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I went from 60 people to 17. My riders are still here. Yeah, I've ruined a brush, on brush before, and it didn't make me sick, like to my nauseous. But they are worth it. What did Delisa say? Oh, navy and mustard. Delisa, you inspired me. Gosh, it's been probably 6 months ago to do that sign, that one sign when I was live with you. Oh, in mustard and navy, and I forgot about that combo so fast, and it was gorgeous. Yeah, all right. Paula's still here. Thank you, Paula. I get how annoying the connection thing can be. It looks like it's starting to do it again. I don't know. I don't know. My kid is moving around. So this is Prairie Gray, another very neutral DIY color, one of my favorites, and it looks really good with the greens. I'm really on a green and brown kick right now. I think it's the whole industrial thing. Okay, so obviously this paint job is not going to be perfect. Well, I keep looking away, but y'all get the point. And then I figured I'd probably do a little dark wax, maybe. Maybe. This was not easy to paint. I feel like a rookie. Jasmine's doing rusty oranges, deep blues, and some red this year. And you never do red. You don't ever do red, girl. That'll be exciting to see. So, Jazz, I am purging my rusty and teal stuff this year. Not rusty, but orange and teal stuff this year. I'm going to go a little more neutral, which isn't like me either. We all getting crazy. Delisa likes all the jewel tones, but she does mostly decorate neutrals. That's right. Isn't that funny how that works, Delisa? Like orange was one of my favorite colors forever, but I never decorated with it. Oh boy, there's so many little parts on this thing. All right, y'all get the point of the color combo though. That is way better, way more muted down. And I might even go over this green with some gypsy green. So Shannon, this green was actually already on there and I liked it, so I left it. But it reminds me a lot, how convenient, of the gypsy green. Linda said she's loving the grays and greens. Yes, 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 yes. Me too. I think I just decorated with teal for so many years. Like 2 years, but just time for a change. And that's fine. That's fine. When I very first started my channel, my flips and my style were a lot more like, a lot more French country. That's what I did in my booth and that's what I did on my channel, but it's not what I did in my home. And I noticed when I switched over to, doing DIYs and decorating my booth more like my home, my audience grew and my customer base grew because they really wanted to see what I loved. And even though I love French country, it is not my top style. Delisa said she's going to have to try the grays and greens. Yes, 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 yes. Good for fall. Jasmine said I'm such an industrial girl. I really am. It has my heart. Metal, wood, rust, signage, workshops, warehouses, any kind of patina. Give me all of that. But I love the farmhouse too, like the stoneware, the crocks, the baskets, the linens. So industrial farmhouse is what I call my style. That's what I've settled on. Laura Lynn's Creative World said she's been loving the ring wedding decor. She incorporated it into her home rules. You get to do that whenever. And honestly, I wouldn't decorate so early if it weren't for the fact that I'm a maker and I gotta stay ahead of the schedule. I would wait until September. But here we are. What color is on the little pot in the wheel? Shannon, this is Prairie Gray. This is a great neutral. One of my favorites. It looks good with greens and blues, and white and black, of course, but I love it next to greens and blues. I promise this is gonna look better eventually. This little sloppy hair all in my face. See, when I pulled this morning, I was thinking these pots would come out, which would have made this whole thing so much easier. We gonna work with it. We gonna work with it. I don't know if I'm convincing myself or you guys. Shannon said she loves it. Yes, it's a good one. It's kind of gray, but it's brown. Like, it depends what it's next to, but it looks more brown than gray in my opinion. All right, I give up that spot. We're gonna do that spot off camera so I don't cuss on the live. Oh man. I think that's only happened once. And that's good because, y'all, I've got quite the potty mouth. I keep it under control for work. But if you know me personally, oof, it's rough. So once I get this all painted up and waxed, I'll take final pictures. We've already been on an hour. There's no way I'm going to get this done. I've got to get to the post office before noon. I'll put final pictures up, but I did want you all to see these colors because this is what I'm going for here this fall. The greens, the neutral creamy colors, and then like some natural woodsy colors. This is almost like a weathered wood color, but DIY actually has a color called weathered wood, so I don't want to confuse you. And then, oh, Teresa is going to be making something for me, and she's about to start it. And Amanda says she finally caught me live right as I'm about to go. I'm so sorry. But hello, welcome. So after I dry this up, I'll do a clear wax on it. I'll probably do a little dark wax around, make it look a little old and distressed. And then I just pulled some of these cute little greeneries and florals. I'll do a little floral foam in it, and then a couple of these cool little pumpkins. So that's where we're going with it. And like I said, I will post before and afters. I've made a complete mess in community and over on my Facebook and Instagram. And like I said, if you haven't followed me on Facebook and Instagram yet, be sure to do that, because yesterday, in fact, like last night, I started putting up all of this haul stuff. So if you want the sneak peeks, be sure to do that. Shannon said adorable. Thank you, Shannon. We're not there quite yet, but we will be. It will be adorable. I love anything mini. So I'm going to get the peek done and get it finished up when I get back from the post office, but I got to run and get Teresa's, get the people's packages out. So thank y'all for hopping on. Again, if you'd like to shop along or check out any of the DIY painting products, they are all up on my website, upcycledbybri.com. Everything is linked down in the description box and the live chat replay for you. So y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for hanging out and doing a little crafty painting with me. Stay tuned for a final look of this later, and edited video is up tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all want just a real quick sneak peek? Oh, I want a sneak peek. Real quick, real quick. It's a fence board DIY project, and I made some faux industrial drawers. Ah! How cute. How cute are those? There's 2 other projects, so make sure you check it out tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will see y'all then. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye, friends.